Hunt in the studio this evening. Let's go straight on the line. Stephen's in Motherwell. Stephen, what's your point tonight?
Hi, good evening, pal.
Good evening.
Hi, Stephen.
I'll tell you what it is. My point is about this myth that's been perpetuated by the media that Walt Smith is somehow more dignified in accepting refereeing decisions than Neil Lennon. I'm just wondering, the same Walter Smith that had to be dragged out of the Hibs dugout by his captain after attempting to have a fight with the Hibs manager, Patalainen, after Nova was red carded. Is this the same Walter Smith who ranted at a linesman after an offside decision went against Rangers because the guy had an Irishy sounding name?
No.
The same Walter Smith who accused Willie Collum of concocting a cover-up story after Kenny Miller was against Dundee United? And finally, is this the same Walter Smith who tried to lunge at a Kilmarnock player, Connor Salmon, after Mendes was sent off, and then when he was sent to the stand proceeded to pick a fight with a Kilmarnock fan? So Smith, dignified, do me a favour.
Is that you finished?
Well, Stephen, I think Walter Smith is probably less regular just now. I think he has done it in the past, and every manager's done it in the past. Neil Lennon's just getting caught up in it just now because he's new into it. It's getting highlighted more because people see him probably as an inexperienced manager, want him to cool down. But yes, Walter Smith has done it in the past, and as I say, I think you do learn with experience that sometimes you've just got to bite your tongue and or have a go at the fourth official in a kind of nicer manner. I think Neil just now is just going all guns blazing at times when he speaks to the fourth official when the decisions maybe go against him, and all managers do. But as I say, I think just Walter's learnt that there's no really a winner in it for him, so he's kind of watered it down possibly to do it less often. I'm not saying that he'll not do it again in the future, but he's obviously doing it less often than Neil is just now.
On the caller's point, Derek, Walter Smith has had his moments.
Yeah, he has. Not bad. He just mentioned 4 there. It's not bad in 40 years, isn't it? 4 rants from a manager. Yes, he could be exactly the same. But at this moment in time, I think this season, just taking this season, he's hardly said a thing about referees, to be fair. Maybe once I think he said something, but Neil's get caught up in it simply because he's a very, very passionate man. We know he's inexperienced, and his passion is there as a manager, the same as it was as a player. And remember, he's only got a 12-month contract at Celtic. He's trying to do his best, for his club. And if he feels that something's wrong, he's jumping in with both feet very, very quickly. And there's certain lines you cannot cross, and he's done that a few times, and that's why he'll be hauled up. But I don't think there'll be too many Celtic fans disappointed the way he's acted, because they felt exactly the same way as their manager. But there's certain things that a manager can't do, and as you said there, Jim, he's maybe going to be called up 4 times to the SFA for rants that he's made. And I think Wednesday night's been the latest. We don't know what he said to the linesman, but you could see the face and the mouthful that he was getting, the fourth official from Neil. And he's only looking after his club, but I'm afraid as managers, you cannot do that. You just got to take a step back at times and think about what you're going to say. Certainly going and see the referee 15 minutes after the game's finished. That's when you get your chance to speak to a referee and these officials. You don't have to do that when the whole of Scotland is watching that game live on the television.
Well, you wouldn't be too surprised to hear that Neil Lennon